bragging time later in your golden years.
I will write a very memorable book someday.
Speaking of bitches, when was the last time you heard from Bob Kelly?
We had him puking on the show the other day.
Was he puking again?
Oh, Bobby's great, man.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, I texted Bobby today and let him know I'm here, but he's probably sleeping after having called one of his fans and talked for 4.5 hours.
This Bobby sent me. I want to slap Bob in his face. We were at the cellar, and he showed me on MySpace how you can send somebody a text message on MySpace. But he's like, you got to enter their phone number. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Enter everyone on MySpace's number?
Oh, that's why he wanted to do. Let me tell you what Bob Kelly does, especially with you, Dane. He wanted to show me a picture during the virus tour. So he goes, and check this out. So he pulls out his phone, and before he could click the picture, he had it in his phone book contacts. And he had your name highlighted in red. So, and then he goes, check out this picture, and then clicks it, strategically leaving enough time for me to see Dane Cook in red. I go, you are just a bitch. I go, you had to let me see you have Dane's phone number in your phone. I go, it's nothing about the picture. I go, I don't even want to see the goddamn picture now. Because it wasn't your motive.
I always tell Bobby, too, it's like there's certain people, like, I have certain contacts. You change the name just in case if anybody ever...
Right, if they find the phone.
It's like somebody, Johnny Bravo's in my... you don't know who it is, but it's like...
well, let's go with Jessica Simpson.
Bobby red flags me and puts me on the main page of his phone. Hey, did you guys see his wedding online? Were you all invited?
We were all at the cellar watching. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, my God,
It was
dude.
too late for me. But
I called Bobby up. I said the best part of the entire thing was... He was mic'd. He had the lapel mic. Did you guys notice that? Like every time the Hawaiian, what was he, a priest or the sacrifice leader or whatever that guy was? Every time he mentioned like anything long term, like this love is forever, Bobby would put his head down and sigh into the mic. So he'd be like, he does it like 7 or 8 times, and it kills me every single time. It's like it's louder than the waves crashing. It's just Bobby going,
oh, commitment. Oh, Jesus Christ, what am I doing?
Your vows should never have before you speak. I love you. Want to be with you.
Forever and ever.
Shouldn't be saying what else during your vows. So what else you guys want to talk about?
Let me think.
But I'm really happy to those kids and their marriage circle.
It was nicer than I thought it would be. It actually came out like really nice. I wanted to tease him really badly, but I was like, it looked good.
No, it was great. And then he released Butterflies, and I said, Bobby, every cool thing you did over the last 20 years is done. When that one butterfly landed on his shoulder, and it was like a Lilliputian moment where he like picked it up and he released it into the air. I was like, you're done, dude. Every cool story is over. It's over. It's literally over.
Butterflies. I never heard of anyone releasing butterflies.
You didn't get there? You didn't get to the part where at the end the box opens and 100 butterflies comes out and magic goes into the air?
He told us he had to freeze the butterflies to make sure they were going to survive the ceremony.
Oh, no.
And so they weren't completely thawed out, so a few of them were like...
a few just kind of hit the ground.
Hit the ground, went flop to the sand.
Throws them up in the air, there's 100 dead little things. Normally with Bob, you see them on the Discovery Channel. He's on his hands and knees, the butterflies on his back, and he's swatting at them with his tail. That idiot, trying to be dramatic.
Hey, he's a
good luck to those kids.
And number one, it's Opie and Anthony. Man, that Penn Jillette, what an ass.
Say that.
No, I like Penn Jillette. I ran out. I got a picture with him. I said, please come back. And he just gave away the magic trick he's doing on TV in a little while. That was pretty damn funny. All right, here's the reset. We got Dane Cook in another studio doing other phone interviews for other radio shows, I think, or other media outlets. We got Bob Kelly in studio.
Bobby.
Yo.
When's Dane coming back?
You got him in about half an hour.
Okay. He'll finish this side of the show up with us. Dane Cook, of course, just promoting all sorts of stuff, movies and garden dates, as in Madison Square Garden and as in the old Boston Garden. I gave up trying to figure out what they named that place.
I think it's the Garden now.
No, whatever. It's the old Boston Garden. That's what I like to say.
It stinks.
All right. Hey, we need a sound for tomorrow for the $1,000 contest. You got one, Ant?
Sound, huh? Yes, we do. Here it is.
All right, there you go.
That's it.
That's the sound for tomorrow you're listening for between 7 and 7:30 if you want to win $1,000. And for the the faithful listeners here, if you missed the sound, you can always go to onaradio.com and get the next sound you're listening for $1,000, okay? And that's a good sound clip to play because we have officially started Povember.
Yes.
We don't know what we're doing with Povember, but the E-Rock Tober thing was such a hit, we decided to continue with Povember.
I'll tell you what we're doing in Povember. We're celebrating a retard.
Yeah, that's a lethal combination. He could kill you with a pixie stick.
We were all standing out on the sidewalk yesterday, and the fabulous Mr. Bennington comes and just walks down and owns the sidewalk. And when he stops, Poe came walking up, and he goes, "Oh, here comes the Matrix." Yeah, the sunglasses on and the long leather.
Yeah.
Just here comes the Matrix. We have to celebrate Poe.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of Poe for a month.
Hey, this is Master Poe. Po, boo, bo, banana, nana, banana, fana, fofo, fee, fi, momo, Poe!
There you go. Just a taste of Master Poe. Hey, but E-Rocktober ended in grand fashion.
Almost
yesterday.
tragedy.
Almost tragedy. Can we play those clips from yesterday? Are they short? Kind of short? What do you got? Oh, they're all right. Yeah, we can get through this. So the month of October was E-Rocktober. And yesterday, I guess we need to set this up. We went over to XM. And what's her name again? What's that hoe's name?
Justine Jolie.
Justine Jolie came by to say hi. Now, you might remember the last time Justine Jolie was in studio, it was in this studio over here, and we asked her if we could spank her, and E-Rock walloped her.
He gave her the old Jake LaMotta.
We actually got the clip. We played the wrong clip earlier for the people that linger longer. They were all over us for that.
Oh, I know.
But here's E-Rock spanking Justine Jolie right here in this studio and leaving a massive, horrific handprint
Huge.
on her bottom.
Oh, ow.
Oh, that's all it is? Oh, we don't have the part where she starts cursing you out?
We haven't beeped it.
Oh, it's not beep.
The amount of beeps.
That sounded fake. What an ass you.
That is real, man.
Oh, ow.
And then it's right after that, she's like, "You mother effer!"
Yeah, she
and
got
just lost her
very
mind.
angry. Look how red. It's a perfect fat little hand imprint.
It looks like a giant lip print.
Oh, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, and then it got really, really ugly, and she just cursed out E-Rock, and I was hiding. I was laughing so hard. I was giggling, and I was on the floor trying to make sure my laughs were not heard on the radio. It was just one of those moments.
Compare it to the other one he did. I mean, that was another spank he did to a girl.
Yeah.
Dude, listen to that.
Oh, ow.
Second one.
That's a punch in the face. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, ow.
All right, hold on, man. No, F you, man. I think I have the better one.
Oh, ow. Oh, ow.
All right, let's go. All right, ready? Let's go back and forth now, real fast.
All right.
Oh.
You're listening to E-Rock's greatest hits.
That's right.
Oh, ow. Oh. Oh. Oh, ow.
Wow. That's
Anyway.
a boy who loves his mother.
Wow. So, yesterday, the end of E-Rocktober, she just happened to be in studio with some Penthouse Pets, and they did a lot of fun stuff for us.
Oh, we got one more that E-Rock did?
Yep.
Hot
hả? Không phải là Việt Cộng. Ở đây không có là Việt Cộng, không biết không? Không phải là Việt Cộng. Ở đây không có là Việt Cộng, không biết không? Tại sao vậy hả? Sao các ông gào tôi con mà lên đây giết heo, giết gà, biết không?
Well, that didn't end go very well.
That's obviously Platoon.
Yes.
Now that's not the big toothed guy.
No. That was the woman and the husband.
I understood she was upset.
Yes.
But she should have shut up.
Yeah. Clam up.
You have to realize in that situation that Tom Berenger is not happy.
Look into Tom Berenger's eyes and realize what's going to happen if you don't clam up.
Shane in the Bronx is saying that the slaps are identical. The actual slaps. The reaction's slightly different, but the slaps are identical.
Yeah.
So Justine Jolie was in yesterday, okay, and we're like, hey, E-Rock, why don't you come in studio and say hi to Justine Jolie? The setup goes after the famous...
Oh, ow.
E-Rock also kind of sucked mayo off her toes.
Kinda. He did.
And that got him in a lot of trouble with his fiancée. A lot of trouble. And he got a talking to, which was basically, I don't want you ever to be in the same studio as her. I don't want you to ever talk to her. I don't want you to acknowledge that she even exists on this earth. So yesterday, E-Rock came into the studio and was face to face with Justine Jolie, the girl that his fiancée has a huge problem with, to the point where E-Rock even said she would come over here and start a fight. So it was very uncomfortable. Like, E-Rock, you take a look at her, say hi. And he would not look. He stared straight ahead. And every time Justine Jolie tried to go toward E-Rock moved away like they were like two magnets.
Yep.
That couldn't attach, right? So then we got the bright idea that E-Rock needed to call his fiancée live on the air, 2 feet from Justine Jolie. And this is how it went down, right? Is that a good enough setup? I think so. Let's go to the tape. All right, E-Rock's calling his chick live on the show right now. Look at
Wait, here it is. How you doing? You listening to the show? No, you don't put it on for the office.
Put it on for the office.
Just tell her. We have a guest here. You might remember her. All right. Remember who you told me not to have any more involvement with? Yeah. Yeah, well, she's standing right next to me. Wait. I heard an okay. So, I wanted to give you a heads up before you got any calls that I told you that she's standing here pretty much naked next to me in the studio. No, don't hang up.
Uh-oh.
What's she saying? She's not saying anything.
You're a ring being flushed.
Hello?
Is she there?
Yeah. So, you okay with that?
Oh, that sounded really okay. Yep.
She say yep or no?
She said no. She's not okay with it at all.
Ask her why. Ask her why.
They want to know why.
What?
Whore.
What did she say?
She said because she's a whore and I don't want you near her.
Oh, man.
So it was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Oof.
And then I guess the setup here is the phone call just continued? Yes, so. All right, here we go.
It got worse.
More tape. We're almost to the moment where it got really uncomfortable
Really
for
bad
everybody.
for everyone
But first, more of the
involved,
phone call. Is there some crying going on? Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
It's not looking good, guys.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
You okay, Iraq?
He's
I'll apologize to Iraq. As I zoom in, get a tight shot of his head. Let's go for the tight shot.
E-Rock is having a conversation in a corner of the studio. I hear a lot of okays going on. Okay?
He's really taking charge.
I hear shenanigans and tomfoolery. It's going to be bad.
E-Rock?
Iraq.
Uh-oh.
Iraq.
All right, the phone hung up. He's got a mic in his hand.
Slowly putting the phone away, and
he's trying to compose himself before he turns back around. E-Rock?
Iraq.
What happened?
Grab a mic and let us know what happened.
What happened?
Well, that could have gone better.
Turn around. Look at the girl.
Yeah, what happened?
Are you not looking at us because you're tearing up?
Not well, that, and I'm not allowed to. So,
All right, we're back live. So, obviously...
Let me just tell people, too, people who didn't listen, this was on the XM side. Twitchels is that noise you hear?
Yeah.
Constantly.
That should be decapitated noise you hear. Is Twitchell.
I thought it sounds like he was starting to cry. That was Twitchell.
Yeah.
No, well,
he was
choked
crying.
up in his voice. No, he was
Yeah, that was the
blubbering.
second half of the conversation. Like, he went off mic because she was giving him a talking to, and he went off to a corner in the studio, and he had his face turned, so we couldn't see, but it was obvious he was bawling.
Yeah, he was like Timothy Hutton in Ordinary People.
Yeah, he was bawling. And
Why was he crying?
Well, she was giving him a talking to. We're going to find out in a minute here.
A talking.
And then
perhaps a bit more.
This is the grand finale. So then, of course, because we're such great friends, we decided in his moment of despair we would play "Everybody Hurts" by REM. And the phone call, well, not the phone call, but it continued with this. Go ahead, E-Rock.
Eric,
I can't do this.
what happened?
What'd you say? We're not asking you to out any real private stuff, but what did she say to you? I mean, it's a fair question.
He's in love with the girl, and he doesn't want to hurt her. And now he feels he has, and he's leaving the studio.
Is that his fiance?
Well, you way to pick up on things.
Holy you inept.
You know, not only is this idiot just twitching and bang through the entire process, but then he asks a completely idiotic, are they opposite genders? Shut up.
And at that point, E-Rock said, I can't do it anymore, and he ran out of the studio.
And E-Rock...
And then he was gone for at least an hour.
E-Rock and his girl talking reminded me of that scene in Stripes when they got caught doing something wrong and they tried to explain to John Larroquette. It was like, what happened? Well, sir, we were on our way to bingo parlor. Shut up. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
E-Rock, you want to share what happened in that conversation? Is it?
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
No?
That pretty much is speaks for itself.
No.
She obviously said some really, really bad things that really got to you. I would assume it had something to do with maybe the wedding's off or something. If you,
I would think
if you continue with this,
with his emotions,
I don't know for sure, but I think she laid down the law. And it really got
getting
to him
so emotional,
because you're really in love with her, and you're going to marry this woman.
Well,
and she's a wonderful lady, by the way.
We
like
all
her.
like her very much.
We like her.
She's far too good for you.
We kind of put her in a really awkward situation that, you know, E-Rock's calling her live on the show while a naked stripper that she has a problem with is 2 feet from E-Rock.
Right next to her.
Right.
Oh, it was awful.
That was the only way that was going to end.
So, Eric, basically, while you were talking, she was... you know, because, you know, she has people that listen, and you, what was it that got you? You don't even have to say what she said, but what was the vibe of it that got you so much, that bothered you so much?
A lot of it was, well, some of it was what she was saying. A lot of it was what she wasn't saying.
Oh, like, I love you?
That, a lot of dead air on that end, heavy breathing, and stuff either being...
Haven't you learned anything from radio? Dead air is really bad. Even in private conversations, you gotta fill up that dead air. You gotta keep talking.
Keep that conversation going.
That's right.
When you're
Maybe you should have taken another phone call at that point or something.
No. When you're fighting on the phone with your
Sorry,
girl,
guys.
no, that's right. When it gets really quiet, I always do this. Do.
That's comfy.
Yeah.
E-Rock, you really did you really get emotional?
Yeah.
And why? I mean, I don't understand. By being yelled at, or is she saying emotional things to you? Like, I mean, my girl yelling at me wouldn't make me cry. Was she saying like I you know, that was she crying?
No, she was. She wasn't really
strong
talking.
like bull.
No, she was, you know.
She was quite pissed off.
Eric's an emotional guy. That's all. He's a very.
That's good. I like that about him. I would love to be able to cry like that on cue.
You'd love to be able to cry once
on cue.
Yeah, Bob Kelly cries when he sees the midgets and the.
That's true. Getting.
Let's not forget, Bob Kelly does cry at some wimpy TV.
Displaced emotions. He can't cry in real life, but it's stupid TV.
That's what it is.
But
Displaced emotions.
But a midget.
I didn't know.
But a midget getting engaged gets the waterworks going with you.
Yeah, they look like little kids that are hurt.
So what exactly was it, Rock?
I don't know. It was kind of difficult because it took so long for the previous incident to to blow over.
Oh, wow. It did?
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about it much on the air, but that was an ugly, ugly thing that ended up being a real problem in his personal life. That's fair to say.
Yeah. And so this wasn't really, especially since she was just got out of a meeting and everybody in the office was pretty much around, heard her end of the conversation, so that didn't really help while she was at work.
And then she realized she was kind of on the radio, and I'm sure that wasn't
that wasn't
pleasant for her, right? Yeah.
No.
But that's how October ended. But everything's okay now. We need the update. Everything's all right?
Well, we'll see after at 9 o'clock when she gets up here.
Well, does she come in here?
Oh,
wait, what did we do wrong today? Just talking about it, she just wants it to go away. Well, it is Povember, so we're done with that.
Yeah.
Well, you were a good boy. You didn't do anything.
No, I know.
I mean, that little rub on the ass was nothing. I mean, it was...
You rubbed her on the ass?
No.
I'm kidding.
Help the guy out.
Look at Oak jumping in. No.
I got to help the guy out.
Eric was very well behaved.
Yeah,
he wanted nothing to do
He's
with it.
on very thin
And I don't
ice.
fault Justine either. She didn't do anything wrong. It was just a stupid radio thing. Like, if it's anything, I told E-Rock, too, truthfully, I got in a tremendous amount of hot water for spanking a girl on the air. And it's like, I tried to tell my girlfriend, it's like, it doesn't mean anything. It really does. It means nothing.
You know what? One of the best...
I got into a lot of trouble, dude. I got a prostate exam in a bathroom with a hot nurse 2 months before I was getting married.
Oh, you got in trouble for that?
No, of course not.
Oh.
Take that crap.
It was
I'd
a
give
male
the
nurse.
goon hand in 2 seconds. You should shut your face. I do what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I say to her. I do what I do. And
Yeah, let's call her so you can say that.
Go ahead, call her up. I'll smack her on the air.
Yeah?
Let me hear about how you goon
I'm going
hand
to
her.
call your bluff. Give me your number.
I'm gonna
Give me your
smack
number.
her, and I'm gonna smack her dad, and I'm gonna smack her mom. I might even take her mom and soil her.
You know, it has to be pointed out. Yesterday, Jimmy had one of the funniest lines about his girlfriend. Like, we had penthouse pets in the studio.
Jesus, right?
And one was 19, and you were just out of your freaking mind. You were foaming at the mouth. I don't want to do your line because it was really funny.
I don't
but
remember the line.
It was how you were going to go home and drag your girlfriend out of bed by her hair and leave her in the hallway. I think I did it justice. He was so into this penthouse pet that he goes, I'm going home right after the show, grabbing her out of bed by her hair and leaving her in the hallway.
Because there was another line I remember him saying that was similar to that, but he was going to throw her out by the... and then he used a C word.
The toes.
Yes. Oh, they're the pictures E-Rock is putting up of the...
Yeah, I'm sure. Good luck finding those in this day and age of radio. Wow. But that's 4 penthouse pets.
I don't see a watermark on it.
In their birthday suit.
It can't be real. It's photoshopped.
All right, we got to take a break. So that's how October ended. But it's all good as long as we stop talking about it, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much good.
All right.
All right. All right.
All right, we're getting close to playing What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show. More with Bob Kelly. I think Dane Cook's going to pop his head in to kind of wrap up this side of the show with us.
It was cool. He came in. He hung out for quite a while.
Yeah, we'll get some plugs in, and that'll be it. All right, it's Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Dane Cook somewhere in this joint doing his thing. Hopefully he'll come in and say goodbye to everybody. And then we got Bob Kelly in studio because Dane was in studio. He said, hey, Bob, why don't you come in and say hi to your friend there?
I'm gonna fight Dane as soon as he walks in.
Yeah, sure you are.
I'm gonna knock him right out.
He was talking about the wedding online.
He left me the funniest message.
I got to reset for people, though. Like our friend Bob Kelly, he went to Hawaii, he got married, just him and his chick, basically. Yeah. But he had the whole thing on the internet, and then he sent out evites. What are they called? Evites or invite, whatever the hell.
Invite.
And you were able to watch Bob Kelly get married on the internet.
Yeah.
As he's in this beautiful place called Hawaii, and you're in your stupid basement living with your mom.
Right. Yep.
Thanks, Bob.
I had.
And Dane thought it was hilarious, especially when you let the butterflies loose.
Yeah, he left me a message. It started out because I was getting messages from Colin and certain people busting him, and he called me. He was like, "Man, I got to tell you, the most amazing thing I've ever seen, bro. You look great. Dawn was beautiful. What an amazing man. I can't do this. You corny loser. Butterflies."
Butterflies.
I didn't know about the butterflies, to tell you the truth.
Who gave you
They
the
actually
idea?
misread his eyes. He said butter cookies. Oh, swim walk.
It was all.
Who
Listen,
said butterflies
okay,
would
ready?
be a good idea?
This is what I did. I said, let's get married.
Yeah.
And then I said, go ahead, get on your computer. Whatever you want, we'll do. And she picked everything.
Okay.
And I just said, okay.
Fair enough.
I didn't do anything.
Fair enough, sir.
I've seen the couple light a candle to have individual candles and light a bigger candle. I've seen that. My buddy got married in Atlanta, and they had like 2 different color sands that they put in one jar. His
Jesus.
color and her color in one jar. Like butterflies.
You won't see that happening at the dog's house. I don't want that different colored sand mixing with our sand.
And right on cue, here's Dane Cook to beat you up there, Bob. Hey, Dane, just to fill you in, we're talking about Bob Kelly's wedding again, online.
All right, ready? Here's my impersonation of Bobby. Ready? Do you love this woman forever? Yeah.
Oh, were you doing that? Well, I was mic'd. I had a mic on. I had a cordless mic. And it was
Sounded
on my
like
lapel.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, but you breathe heavy when you're on our show as well.
Yeah, I think I breathe heavy just because I'm fat.
Yeah.
I think that was because I was getting mad.
And I was telling Dane, because he was talking about the butterflies, that they were frozen, right? So they would stay alive
They
a
were
little longer?
frozen, and then it was like, I think it was like 85 out when we were on that beach. It was really hot.
Right.
So they went from being frozen to just being, in a frying pan in 2 seconds.
Well, you can freeze them and they live?
Not freeze. They're like in a fridge.
Just slow down their little butterfly heart until you need them.
Yeah.
Do that to flies.
Yeah.
You put them in the that's how like they do a magic trick where it makes it look like a fly is dead. You put it in your hand because it won't do anything. It'll just lay there, and then it warms up in your hand, and then you open your hand up and it flies away, and you go, look, life it lives.
That works with hookers too, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bobby, what was option B? What other ideas were on tap besides the butterflies?
Yeah, like what idea was
Galloping away on the back of a horse.
What ideas did you say no to?
On the back of the groom.
What
I just float into the ocean.
What did you say no to? Seems like you didn't say no to anything.
Well, I didn't.
A raft that you both built together out of.
Well, I said no to
matching dresses.
It was. She wanted like a total. Like Hawaiian wedding, and I had the guy add a little religion
code word for
in it.
gay.
Put a little religion in it.
Well, yeah, like a little Jesus here and there.
She
My
just
grandmother,
wanted,
my
like-
Catholic grandmother was watching, and I didn't
We all
want
know
him
Jesus
speaking.
was Hawaiian.
I didn't.
You're married in a church, then, you stupid heretic. No, dude, that's where the footprints in the sand were, dude.
Yeah, did you make 2 sets of footprints go into one?
And that's when Jesus said, "My son, that's where I tried to pick you up, you fat bastard, but you were too heavy."
I watched.
I actually wrote. I put a heart in the sand, and I wrote, "We just got Mauied," and then the wave came up and took it away.
Hold on.
Is that true? Is that true?
That's
not true. No way.
I just got Mauied.
No.
You know they are marketing that. You know they market that. There's probably T-shirts with that on it.
I didn't get to that part
I got
because
Mauied.
a pop-up for classmates.com opened, and I ended up clicking away from your wedding.
I wish someone pulled out a machine gun and Mauied you down with it.
Hey, your video's getting some hits, too. Dane, Bob was in recently.
Yes.
And on YouTube, if you go to 2 Girls, 1 Cup reaction, Robert Kelly, they're starting to say it's the best reaction to that video.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
It's this horrific video. It's in the porn genre, but it's
No, it's not.
It's way sicker. Not your video. I'm talking the video you're watching.
The porn, them what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he says
definitely
it's the grossest.
It's definitely in the porn genre, but it's twisted and
It's an extreme niche porn,
and sick.
usually reserved to Germans or Japanese
Or
pornography.
bald guys with whiffles.
And the bit is, which is pretty funny. Here's the Dane. You can't really explain it on this side, but just to give you a little taste. so to speak.
Taste is...
Here's the video that Bob was watching, okay?
Okay.
Starts off very nice with two girls doing some fun stuff.
And then oh, goodness gracious.
Then a cup is being filled up. We can say that much. And then they do that with the cup. And
it looks like a frappuccino.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Almost delicious.
Yeah.
Almost.
Like a moussey beverage.
Yeah. All right, get rid of that video. So we play this for Bob, because you know by now he has a very weak stomach, right?
Yeah.
So, Bob, this is Bob's reaction to that video you just saw. Just a little... Go to the beginning. Go to the beginning. So, this is Bob watching the video. It's up on YouTube. 2 Girls, 1 Cup reaction, Robert Kelly. He's seen the part where we all like, the first part, which is very nice. 2 girls kind of doing their thing. And then it turns horribly wrong, and watch what Bob does. He just starts puking.
Of course.
And the vomiting started when the 2 girls were just kissing.
And the sound Bob makes is just...
Dude.
He's gagging. He's puking. It's really funny. And this is taking off on the internet where people are watching this video. I mean, you got that MySpace thing. We got
only over 2 million friends.
But no, what they're doing is people are filming themselves watching this horrific video and now putting it online. And we were not aware of that as we did this. Then we were aware of it, and we brought it to other people's attention. But someone is still giving me crap on instant feedback about it. But whatever, that's for another day. But that's Bob Kelly's reaction to that horrific video.
Love that. I love your weak stomach. That's great.
Hey,
remember the time, Bobby, I sent you the picture? Was that of the guy with the half the face?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the guy that blew off his head and he's in the ER?
Yeah, he's...
With his face, like, kind of off his...
Yeah, I think so. Well, there was 2. Remember that we were on Tourgasm? The guy told me, I can't say it on this. Forget
There's
it.
a motorcycle accident like that, too.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy had scraped his face. Well, you can see where his mouth was because the teeth were in the bloody, pulpy face.
Oh, God.
And then there was that Mel Gibson movie that had a very inspirational ending. The Man Without a Face. Remember that?
Certainly.
I liked how Bobby brought up Tourgasm. That's like a distant memory to him.
To me, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
This is what I say to the middle act. Make sure you say Tourgasm. and say starring in. Don't say that
What do
cook's
you mean
name.
that's what you say to the middle act? In a mirror?
You might remember me from the Tourgasm.
Easy. You're playing Red Lobsters. Relax. All right. They don't all come out good. Whatever.
Can't even argue.
Can I get a little car crash on that one?
No.
Wow.
As you said that, I just checked my phone for text.
Yep.
All right, well, you raised a good point.
Bob, that was very hurtful.
Yeah, it came out a little rough.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, we got another. You want to play that other thing for Bob?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
It's nothing bad.
No.
Why do you always think we're going to go for the gag?
Really? Because watch, he'll start singing his sentences anytime now. Listen, Opie.
What was your wedding song?
We're not going to do anything.
It's a video of you releasing butterflies.
We're not going to go anywhere.
What was your wedding song?
I know, by the way, the way you reacted to that video, it's the way we reacted when we saw those butterflies coming out.
Did you get mad with?
Me?
Did you get? I'm sorry. Did you get mad with the conch shell? The guy blowing into the conch shell that actually looked like me.
Who was that guy? Who was the?
He was a Hawaiian minister.
I thought he was going to throw Don into a volcano at the end.
Your grandmother, very Catholic, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, she must have just been appalled by the whole thing.
She was
a hippie wedding.
She kept going. Who was that guy?
I turn that.
Yeah.
Who was the guy?
It's supposed to be a dark church.
I know. I got some Hawaiian with a lei and a shell blowing into it.
I know, Bob. That's
Mauied.
We got that. We got that scene right there. There's the guy blowing into the conch shell.
Oh yeah, like
look, Bob. Bob, it's the guy blowing into the conch shell.
I get it, Opie.
Oh.
You know what? I want to keep my breakfast once on this show.
That's really
Holy
nice.
shit.
What? Whoa, hey.
Oh,
hey.
sorry.
Oh, that is really
Sorry.
some nasty stuff they're doing there.
Pop out. Looks like a little Tootsie Roll. Aw, how cute.
Bob.
A little treat.
Get back on mic.
God,
Be a
Bob,
professional.
Look at it, Dane.
I can't even look at that.
I'm looking
staring at it like a serial killer. Do you watch this all the time? Is that why you have 2 million friends?
I'm trolling YouPorn 24/7, my friend.
YouPorn is the best.
Oh, YouPorn is awesome. Peanut Butter Smack. Have you seen that one? It's a guy. He's like on top of his girl. It's like and I endured 11 minutes of it because the titles are what really. It's called Peanut Butter Smack, and he's like this big Samoan dude, and it's the worst camera angle ever too.
Is that my wedding?
Set it behind his own butt and stuff, and then finally, like right at 11 minutes, he reaches in. There's peanut butter, and he just smacks his chick.
In the face?
Called Peanut Butter Smack.
That's it.
Yeah, 11 minutes in, he smacks her with peanut butter on his hand.
Hey, let's say hi to Beth in the Bronx. Beth, what's up?
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hey.
Opie and Anthony, I love you guys. Jimmy, your special was fucking awesome. Sorry.
Madam, that type of talk.
And now because you said that...
We'll not get the awesomeness of Jimmy on the air.
Now that you cursed, half the people didn't hear that you said how much you love us.
I love you guys.
I'm just kidding. Good.
And Jimmy, you were awesome. Opie and Anthony, you guys looked adorable on his special. And Dane Cook, I am so in love with you.
Thank you, madam, for the compliments for us, just to get to the real compliment, which was Dane. We were actually the warm-up compliments.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in a compliment.
Dane, I bet that never happens. Girls just, throwing themselves at you.
I don't know where it all went right, but
their love.
I'll take it.
If I was Dane, I would walk through Boston with just my zipper open and just point at chicks. Why not? The odds are someone's going to pop over and go, all right.
Jimmy, good idea.
How many naked pictures do you get from your friends?
Oh, crazy, man. Just
Really?
tons and tons of, some of the best. I'm putting a book together.
Jeez, you really should.
That
I have a disclaimer on my site. Once you send me something, I'm using it.
It's your property.
Yeah. I have an opening film for this for the tour that people are going to see, where a lot of these Sufi pictures and stuff, they're insane. They're insane.
Speaking of which, because we're running out of show here, let's get all the plugs in. Dane, what are we promoting?
He's got his tour starts in Toronto tomorrow night. Going to be in Washington, D.C., November 16th. There's 2 shows at the TD Bank North Garden in Boston, which is what they're calling it now, on November 17th. And then the next night here in New York, 2 shows at Madison Square Garden. Only the late show on that Sunday are tickets available.
Wait. He's doing what? He's doing 4 arena shows in 3 days.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, no. 5 arena shows.
5.
I believe there's 2 at Boston, 2 here, and then there's 1 in Toronto.
Yep, and I'm going to be doing the late show at Hooligans in Hoboken.
Do you do that for the hell of it every once in a while?
Oh, yeah, man. I still, it's like, I'm in L.A. I still pop in the Laugh Factory most nights of the week.
Jamie's place.
Yeah. You gotta
Do they make you
Jamie
wait?
Posada.
Do they make me wait? Yeah.
Yeah, make them wait for some improv.
The other comics hate when Dane comes in because they're all getting bumped.
They're done.
Yeah, and of course, Dan in real life is still in theaters. Number 1 comedy in America. I still haven't seen it. I was going to see it yesterday so I can be up on it a little bit.
Very heartwarming. It'll warm the cockles of your heart, sir.
Ooh, very good. And Bob, what could I say?
Uncle
Where are you going to be?
Vinny's.
Bobby will be puking.
I'll be at Uncle Vinny's in Point Pleasant. 877 Uncle Vin, Friday and Saturday night in Jersey.
What football team plays there?
What?
Just saying. It's unlike, Mr. Arena over here. Hold on. Let me just plow into a wall.
It was pretty good, though. I liked it.
I actually didn't get it.
Hey, Anthony, really fast. What's the sound for tomorrow for the $1,000? We got to get that out of the way one more time. Between 7 and 7:30, you're listening for what? What?
That's all right. I shuffle through these.
Penn and
so
Teller also will
quickly.
plug that. They're going to be on Fox and Friends while we're doing the walkover.
Mike and Juliet.
Mike and Juliet, they're going to be on.
And
there it is.
And he already explained how he's doing the magic trick you're about to see on TV, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
That he gave away the trick for us today. This is the sound for tomorrow between 7 and 7:30. There you go. When you hear that between 7 and 7:30, 10th caller will win.
Yeah!
$1,000. Dane,
Yeah, Johnny!
always a pleasure.
Anytime, boys.
I would say continued success, but that's...
Walk down to earth and do 1 garden. That's how Dane will feel like he's failing when he's only doing 1 garden show and it takes more than the pre-sale to sell it out.
Hey, he's a stand-up guy, though, because I'll tell you something really fast here. There's a lot of guys we get to see on the way up, and as soon as they make it, we get to see them when they're finally
same
coming
people
back
you meet?
down.
No, on the way down.
But Dane's one of these guys, he still keeps in touch with the show. He doesn't have to do this crap.
At least you don't have to worry about that with me.
No, I had a good time here, man.
But
I like hanging with you guys.
Without naming names, there's a lot of guys that have done that to us over the years, but not Dane Cook. That needs to be said today.
Let me tell you, the minute I can sell out an arena, I'll do a pre-recorded phoner. Send somebody
Here. Send this to those bums that I used to work with. All right, we got to go over to XM. Have a great day. It's Opie and Anthony.
Bye.